and welcome to this episode of the Self Improvement Project. I hope everybody is fantastic. We are getting warmer weather, longer days, and more sun, most importantly. Well, we are in Scotland anyway. So, I hope everybody is keeping well. I hope you are having productive weeks, looking after yourself, and continually striving to improve. This episode today is around the concept of time wealth. Essentially, having or to have more time. Talking about the value of that, giving you perspective of why we should be valuing it more. Comparing it and contrasting it a little bit to our focus on money and questioning why we put so much importance on money in comparison to time. And I would like to start off with a little analogy for you. So, let's section life into three parts, or let's split it into three parts. The first part of your life, you are a child/teenager. You have lots of energy, you have lots of time, but you don't have any money. So, we are constantly focusing on trying to find money. As we transition into becoming an adult, whether that's a working professional, a few years into our career, we have energy. We actually have a bit of money, but we don't have time. Our time is consumed by lots of different things and commitments. And then, after we're an adult, we get into that elderly stage, being a pensioner, where we have money, we have time, but we don't have any energy left to do the things that we want. So this is to provide you with a little bit of perspective before I talk about the importance of time, and maybe shift your perspective into, am I making the most of my younger years? Is my attention on the right things? Am I valuing what I have just now that I can't see before it's too late? So if you're listening to this, you probably need a wee bit more money, or you think you need a bit more money, or more time. You have too many commitments. You maybe work too much. You maybe have commitments to your spouse, your kids, your family, your pets even. So you're maybe looking for, how do I overcome that? And today I'm going to talk to you about how precious time is and how precious it can be. How we should try to prioritize it and how we should spend it in these precious years that we've got. Because money is what's sexy. It stands out. It's in the spotlight. It's what is shoved down our throats every day about what we should have more of. But even though it is commonly thought, more money now doesn't equate to a better life. Society's viewpoint brainwashes us into thinking that we must have more money to have a better life. More money means you have more things or more money to spend on things, therefore increasing your responsibility. As a millennial, meaning and impact is actually top of our priorities. Yes, money will help us have an impact, or to increase the impact that we can have, therefore feeding our meaning. But what if we don't have time to think about those things? What if we are part of the hedonic treadmill that we can't get off because we need money to allow us to live the life that we are currently on? We have so many things that we have to pay for that we've accumulated because we are now successful with our good job and our good salary, that we have this salary and everything that we own or rent or buy is actually leveling it up. So we need that salary. So we need to be at work as much as possible. If not, actually getting a promotion to get even more money to fund our materialistic lifestyle. So how can we fund the impact that we want to have? How can we fund us finding meaning? And that's what time gives us. We need time to think. We need time to get clear on who we are, what we want to be, how we want to spend our lives. And getting caught up in that money cycle is good, because humans are living the best life they ever have. But it goes very quickly at the same time. Money is correlated with spending more time at work and with more responsibility. And also money is correlated with spending as well. And it's a dangerous trap. Now, let's take it back a step. Yes, I understand money can buy us time if used correctly, but not your immediate day-to-day time. Let's look at a common example. Work really hard for a handful, if not more, years to make as much money as possible to then have time. Now, there's a reason that retirement is part of our society, because it is accepted that that is how we should live our life. But to go back to the start, why are we waiting until we have no energy left to enjoy our life? We don't have a guarantee that we are going to get to retirement age. So why is that the accepted path? There is some ideas, terms that I've looked up a little bit more recently called mini retirements or sabbaticals, where you bite the bullet and you take a month, a year off every handful of years to just go and enjoy, go learn new cultures, and just broaden your mind. But it's scary because life doesn't work like that, does it? You can't just leave your job for a year. How are you going to fund that? And that's where the gap exists between how much you earn and how much you spend. The alternative is to take less money, have less responsibility at work, less stress, for a wee bit more time. Would it be the end of the world if you worked part-time? you would need to pull back your lifestyle a wee bit maybe. But having more time to, and I'm not saying to escape the life that you've got, go away on holiday, go and travel. What's wrong with wanting more time with your family? Or for your own development? What's wrong with that? Yes, it's not complete freedom, and there's lots out there that will distract you to finding freedom or independence. But not everybody wants that. Like I mentioned earlier, we want meaning, we want impact. The life that you're living just now is feeding that to an extent, but why not have a bit more control over where it goes? What about thinking in the perspective of enough? We live in a society that looks to maximize over optimize. Are you maximizing your life? Or are you optimizing it? Thinking or having the mindset of enough is okay. That's the big question you need to ask yourself. Are you happy with enough? Are you willing to give up money or even the opportunity for more money to have a wee bit more time, a wee bit more peace of mind? And yes, I understand. Personal circumstances may differ, make it more difficult or tougher. But whether we want to improve our own health, spend more time with your family, or just have a bit more free time doing things that you want to do, it doesn't actually cost the world to do. You just need to prioritize how you want to live your life. Warning, though, it will cost you your social status to do. It will cost your social status to the world that you are not willing to act in a normal way. I heard a great term the other day talking about our priorities, and a lot of us in this world work harder on our jobs than ourselves. We will buy a property and spend more time maintaining and taking care of that than we do our own bodies. And is that some way to live? The moment you put yourself first, the more productive and effective you are for everything else in your world. Your job, your family, your property. So think about that today. Think about that value of time. How you want to spend the next few months, the next year, the next 10 years, by the time you're 40, 50, 60. So thanks for listening, everyone. A pleasure as always. Hopefully provoking a wee bit of thought for you today. And I will see you all next time. Cheers.